Hey guys, it is Ariel Laurel and I am back with another video for Treasure You. I'm super excited. We back at it again, baby. All right. Today's video is going to be about how to move forward from the past and dream bigger. We are in the year of 2024. Super excited. Oh my God. 2023 is behind us. Now we're in the year of 2024. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be thinking about some of the things that you experienced in previous life in 2023, and now you want to move forward. You got your New Year's resolution, and you got your ideas and your goals, but then you got mentally probably stuck in a state where you're trying to figure out how to move forward from what you've experienced and the things that you've gone through in 2023, and you want to make the best of 2024. We're going to dream bigger. How do you dream bigger? You're going to visualize yourself differently. How you visualize yourself differently is retraining your thinking process, okay? You're going to retrain your thinking process, your thoughts, how you operate, how you move, how you think about yourself. You're going to ask yourself some questions that are going to be pivotal for your life, for your career, for your family, where you want to go. I don't know where you stand in the midst of watching this video, but these are some of the things that's going to help you be able to get back on that track and get on that track or course of your life where you feel like you understand the purpose of your life, so to speak, right? So you may not have everything figured out, and it's going to kind of take a journey, but in the process of you figuring out in the journey of what your purpose is, visualizing yourself differently is going to change your appetite. Changing your appetite is literally a very key ingredient to being able to attract the things that God wants to have in your life, that God wants to bring into your life, that God wants you to open up your hands and say, like, listen, I got this for you for the year 2024, where you're going to experience abundance, you're going to experience clarity, you're going to experience freedom, okay? You're going to have to change the way that you see yourself, but then the appetite that you have, what you are attracted to, what you like, what you dislike, because a lot of those things are going to change as you redefine yourself, as you retrain your thinking process. What you are attracted to and what you like and what you dislike is going, or what you didn't know that you needed in your life, is going to now become attracted to you. And based off of your thinking process, you're going to either open up your hands to receive it, or you're going to push it away. And so that's the reason why it's going to be very important that in the year of 2024, you retrain your thinking. You see yourself differently. You understand the purpose that God has given you in your life, or you begin to understand it. And the beginning of to understand that is being able to redefine who you are, rediscover who you are, be able to go through self-discovery and self-mastery. And the reason why that is important, because that is going to be connected to your destiny. That's going to be connected to your purpose. That's going to help you understand your life a lot clearer, and to be able to get some of those questions answered in your life. There are going to be some questions that you need to ask that are going to be very important to where you want to go in your life. Some of the hard questions that you need to ask is, what am I afraid of letting go? What are you holding on to that God wants you to release? That God is saying, like, mentally, in the spirit inside of you is literally telling you that this is not good for me. Yet you still are making up some type of excuse to say that, oh, I still need this in my life. I still need these people in my life. Listen, when you let go of people, it does not necessarily mean that you do not love them. Oftentimes, it is extremely hard. That's the hardest people to let go are the people that you love so much, but they are detrimental to your growth. They are detrimental to your elevation and your evolving in life. And so you have to be able to let things, places, people go, habits go. Even the way that when you retrain your thinking, that's going to retrain some of the habits that you have in your life, where you're going to want to see your life to be more fruitful. And so you're going to do things that may be able to help you bear fruit, like getting up in the morning and to do prayer, and you're doing motivation to yourself, you're doing meditation, you're understanding how to set your life for the day, you're understanding how to set your life for tomorrow, what things that you need to get done, what are the priorities of today. So being able to understand those things of letting go and understanding why you need to let them go are so important. Now, the second question you're going to ask is there any unresolved pain? Okay, is there anything that you experienced in your life that is allowing you to hold on to so much pain that that is almost like it's your story? And you know, when people say, when they say that you wear your feelings on your shoulders, that's the same thing. That's unresolved pain. That's something that has caused you so much pain in your life, or experience, or people that maybe didn't know how to treat you because they didn't see the purpose on your life, and you didn't understand why they didn't see it, because you know it and God know it, how they don't know it, right? And you're like, man, I'm struggling and I'm hurting. But you have to understand that how you associate with your pain has a lot to do with how you're going to elevate in life, okay? And when I say associate with your pain, meaning, and we're going to talk about that in the next video, and one of the next videos is going to be purposeful pain, because there's always purpose to your pain. But if you associate pain with suffering all the time and not transitioning from suffering to freedom to purposeful pain, then what you're going to get is bitterness, angry, resentful, unhappiness, unfulfillment. And that's not where God wants you to be. And you don't want to be there either in the year 2024. Listen, honey, the year 2024, we're elevating. We are going into abundance. We're going to travel more. We're going what is it that is going to bring that fulfillment in your life, which is the next question. What do you need in your life to experience that freedom? Do you need to travel more? And we don't, traveling, you need to also now, because some people, they travel and they ain't got the money to travel. So we're not talking about spending, what you ain't got. If you ain't got it to travel and you need to save money to pay your bills, but you need to make sure that your bills are paid, because you don't want to, come back to being completely overwhelmed with bills that are past due because you went on a trip that was $1,000 when you needed that $1,000 to pay your bills. So we're going to use wisdom on what we want moving forward in our life. But you have to understand what is going to fulfill you in this new year, what is going to make you happy. Some people that may be reading more, some people may be where they need to be associated with people that are going to pour into them. And that's me. Like, I'm a person that I pour into a lot of people, and oftentimes I don't have, well, not necessarily now, because God is shifting that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? God is shifting little things in the girl life right now, okay? So I have I'm starting to have people in my life that want to see me win. But there was a time in my life where I had people in my life that didn't necessarily, it's not that they didn't want to see me win, but they didn't know and understand who I was and the purpose on my life and the spirit that God has inside of my body. You know what I mean? They didn't know how to treat it. And sometimes that can be very frustrating, dealing with people who don't know the value in which you carry. But it's not for them to understand that. And I had to really grasp that in my life. It is not for them to understand the value that I carry. It is for me to understand the value that I carry. So that when you see people in your life that do not get it, that do not want to get it, that do not understand it, that don't want to understand it, and there's constant misunderstandings, and it's draining you, and you're always pouring into them, whether it be finances, spiritual, you're always giving words of encouragement, but then when you turn around, you don't got nobody that's giving you words of encouragement, and you going through some serious stuff in your life, you know, some stuff that you probably didn't even bring on yourself. You're just trying to figure out, like, God, where you at, you know? And when you are a person that is always pouring into other people, it can be very difficult for you to have people that's always wanting something out of you, and you can't just say, hey, maybe there's an invoice you got to fill here, you know what I mean? Because I've been your counselor all these years, and I need some help. I need somebody to help me out, but you cannot withdraw from them because they don't have nothing to withdraw from. And it's not necessarily that they don't have any gifts or talents, so that's not what I'm saying. But your gifts and talents and what they have to be able to bring into your life don't match. And it's not equaling up, right? And it is not a match where it's a perfect match for you. And a perfect match could be relationship, it could be your friendships, it could be your family sometimes are the main people that's withdrawing from you and making you bankrupt spiritually and making you bankrupt mentally and physically, to where you don't have nothing for yourself. And in this year of 2024, for those of you guys that have a major calling on your life, or you're wanting to develop a business, you're wanting to develop yourself even more, because sometimes, baby, developing your mind and your spirit is your business. That's the business that you need to be doing, is developing your mind and your spirit. So there are a lot of different things that you, or, you know, performance jobs. If you have a job that you got to perform a lot, then you really, you know, like military, or, you know, even my job as a recruiter, it is a very performance-based job. And so when you have any type of job, sector, industry, wherever God is calling you to, you cannot afford, when you have to show a 100% or more, 120%, you're giving over and beyond. You can't afford to be giving to people who will not pour back into you. You can't. And you don't necessarily need people to pour into you all the time. What you need to do is to make sure that you are protecting your energy, you're protecting your mind, you're protecting your spirit, you're protecting the calling on your life, that you are okay with disconnecting from some people, discontinuing those relationships, and saying, okay, God, I need this energy for myself. I am willing to let go of some people and some things and some habits that are causing me to not elevate in my life. And so it may not necessarily be that you have people pouring into you in a season of your life, because there may be a season where you have to go without. But you're not going to go without from yourself. And that's the difference, where you are constantly pouring out to people and you have nothing left for yourself. You know, when you are by yourself and alone, and you are focusing on the level that you need to go, because every level is going to call a different part of you. It is going to require a different commitment, a different yes. And because you have to focus on that, then you need to be okay with sometimes discontinuing relationships that are not good for you, and allowing yourself to be the person that's pouring into you. Because only you and God know what you need. So that's going to be very important for you to understand that in the year of 2024, we don't have time to be dealing with people who are just not for you, okay? They just not for you, baby. They're not for you. Stop trying to make it bad. Stop trying to make it continue to go. It's on the struggle bus. You don't want it to get down to nothing and you ain't got no wheels at all, because that means that you are completely bankrupt. And what happens is that is a critical condition where you in cardiac arrest, spiritually, and at some point it drives you mentally insane. So that's where depression comes in, like a severe depression, a severe sadness, where and you got ups and downs. You experience very highs, and then you going into some very lows. Now some things are very clinical, and then some things are spiritual. So I ain't talking about the clinical part, I'm only talking about the spiritual side, because I'm not I got a degree in psychology, but I am not a licensed therapist to give out no clinical advice for somebody. However, I do know that spiritually and mentally and physically, you can become extremely drained when you are dealing with people who are not for you. Okay, they are not for you. So one of the last questions that you're going to have to ask yourself, and I can't believe if I said this or not, but I'm going to say it again. What will fulfill you? And figuring out what makes you happy, figuring out what satisfies you will ultimately connect you with the right people, because it's going to change that appetite. It's going to change what you have the stomach for. It's going to change what you want to eat. It's going to change what type of meal you want to, and I'm talking about spiritually, what type of meal you want to intake. Because what you are intaking changes your mindset. It will operate your mind. It will literally be the dreams that you are having at night. It will literally be the things that you are talking about, the things that how you operate, the energy that you operate in, the wavelength that you go about in life with, the spiritual wavelength that you are operating in has a lot to do with the energy and the information and all of the things that you are taking in to your body. And that's the reason why you have to be very careful of the people that you attract in your life, the things that you attract in your life, the habits that you are continuously doing in your life, because it will attract either even more bad habits, discontentment, sadness, frustration, because you're not getting anywhere, or you're backtracking. Every time you turn around, you done took 2 steps forward, but then you're going 10 steps back. That's frustrating. It's frustrating. And the way that we get past that is by operating differently. It is by visualizing ourselves differently. It's by retraining our thinking process.